What's up, guys? It's BricksMotion, and welcome back to another LEGO Transformers video review. And today we are checking a look at Generation 1 Bumblebee. So, Bumblebee, I think we all know who he is at this point. He's basically the face of the Transformers. He has appeared in movies, basically in every single show. So yeah, Bumblebee's basically everywhere. So, now this is his original G1 look, how he appeared in the original cartoon, and not how he appeared in the movies. Which I do want to do at some point. But anyways, here is Generation 1 Bumblebee in his classic Volkswagen Beetle mode. I think I did pretty well when it comes to size, and how it looks to the real thing. Now, this isn't exactly accurate to the original car. This is more accurate to what the cartoon showed us, with that more squished car. You know, like, it's very unrealistic. But as far as like scale goes with a minifigure, I think I did pretty well. So if we bring out a minifigure, he looks pretty good with it. Sadly, the minifigure cannot sit inside, which is a sacrifice that I can definitely live with. It's not my priority to make it minifigure compatible, because that's gonna make you end up with a Transformer that looks like the new MP Bumblebee version 2, which is, we don't speak of. So let's get a closer look at Generation 1 Bumblebee in his vehicle mode. So in front we have his headlights, and yeah, some nice details there and there. There were a few compromises, like this gap in there, but it's not fully noticeable unless you just stare into the deep void. And the arms are a bit visible, but that is a sacrifice, a small sacrifice. I think I did pretty well here with these little arches to mimic more of that original alt mode. So yeah, that's a pretty cool alt mode. I even managed to get the taillights, which looks pretty okay. I'm sure there's a better way to fold the arms, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, nice black bumper in the front. And the wheels are really small. And yes, he does roll like he's supposed to. Sometimes they do clash, but yes, he does roll. So I think it looks really cool in his alternate form. Now, let's get a few size comparisons. Here he is with Siege Sideswipe. Now, he's a deluxe, and he is more of a Legends class. Obviously, Sideswipe is wider and longer. So, yeah, I guess it's pretty alright for scale. And here he is with LEGO Speed Champions Toyota Supra. So, yeah, I think it's pretty accurate scale-wise. A Beetle is definitely smaller than a Supra, I believe. It's not perfect, for sure. I'm not that invested into real-world scale accuracy. I'm more invested into the robo mode. Speaking of that, let's get into the transformation. Now, the transformation is pretty simple but complicated at the same time, so let's begin. First thing we want to do is pretty simple. We want to just extend this section. This will more or less reveal us the legs, like that. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is take the arms and just, you know, bring them up, which is going to break off, of course, like while I record. Next up you want to do is bring up this section like that, and just bring it up. Then you want to untab the legs, just like that, and then just split them like that. You want to bring it up like this. Now you want to go here and just extend the legs even more, like this, like so. Whoops, that's not meant to fall off. Let me just bring my camera up real quick. So now you will have something along the lines of like this. So, next thing you want to do is go back to the legs. We're going to finish them off. and just extend like that. Slide it. The clip on the bar on both sides. Next thing you want to slide this little tile, which will then fold up like that. Do the same thing on this side. Again, same thing like that. And then you want to take this piece, which will hopefully rotate like that. Both sides like this. And then you can bring the leg past that now. Which you can already tell that it's forming. Go back here and just bring them down, which will become more or less a heel supports. And then rotate this around like that and fold it down onto his leg. Very simple. Do the same thing on the other side. Like that, and then you will have most of the legs done. Now you want to take this and just slide it on this clip once more to make it more or less symmetrical. So like that, you'll have the legs all done. Now you want to go back to the upper half and just bring this section down like that, which gonna give us clearance to bring up the arms, which now this is where I usually tend to screw up. Anyways, here it is, like that. Just bring that back up. Right, so you want to take this and just take your finger in there, and it should just, if it cooperates with me today, okay, it's not cooperating as well. Okay, now it's working, great. You just rotate that out like that, and it just brings up. And of course, the arm falls off. Okay. Like that. Now, do the same thing on the other side, which should be much easier now that the other side is flipped out. Like that. Next, we're going to get the head out, which, you know, do that first, and then you can just try to. Alright, so this is going well. So all you had to do was slide this head up the bar, which are tight new pieces, so it wasn't cooperating. So I just did it off camera real quick. But yeah, just slide it up. So now you want to go up to the front and just bring out the fists. Same thing on this side, rotate and just bring out the fist. Like that. Like so. And yeah, now you have the arms more or less done. And now we're gonna fill in his backpack, which is the final step. Now you want to take this and just rotate this fully around and fold it down its back like that. Quite simple, but I think it's very effective because it hides the arches and just kind of flush. And then you can just bring that down a bit to make it even more flush if you want. Like that. And there you have Generation 1 Bumblebee in his robot mode. So, here we have Bumblebee in his robot mode. Now, I think this looks really good, and I think this is the best mode of the two. Personally, I always mostly focus on the robot modes, and I try to get it as cartoon accurate as possible. So I think I did a pretty good job here. He has that more iconic and pretty accurate chest, window, and all that. His head is pretty good. It's not perfect by any means, but it's pretty good in my opinion. I think I got him pretty accurate, and you know, he's pretty clean, and he has tons of articulation. Before we get into articulation, let's do a quick size comparison. Here is Bumblebee beside my LEGO Transformers Generation 1 Beachcomber. Here is my Bumblebee beside the Transformers Earth Wars Bumblebee. Now mine is a head taller because I felt like Hasbro's Legends class is a bit short, so I just made it a bit taller. And obviously you can see that my yellow is obviously lighter because Hasbro's yellow is a lot darker than the LEGO one. Now there is this flame orange, but personally it doesn't look great, and there's not many parts of it, so I'll have a lot of like random yellow peeking through because, you know, yeah. Alright, so let's get into the articulation. So, articulation is pretty simple. He has ab crunch, sort of. He can go back and a little bit front, not much or crazy. His legs can kick forward. His knees, his legs can kick back as well. They can go out as well. And his legs can pivot like that. And he has ankle tilt, like that. Really, really cool. And his chest can fall off. Not proper articulation, but oh well. His head can look up, down, and side to side, like that. Arms can go out and do a full 360. Elbows. And his fists, hands can rotate and fold like that. So, here he is. That's all about all the articulation you get. Oh, and he has a waist. Completely forgot. But that's about all the articulation you get with Bumblebee. But I think that's above average, and I think it's really good articulation. So, here is my LEGO Transformers Bumblebee. Personally, I think he turned out really good. Now, feel free to write down your opinions and thoughts on this build in the comments below. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And for that, I'll see you guys in the very next video.